the last video in this series with Reidel, we're going to talk about our Reidel Decanter. So this is our core decanter. It's known by Reidel as the Merlot Decanter. Now, this doesn't have to be the only decanter you use within your hotel van, but if you're buying new decanters for service, this is the one that we recommend. Richard, tell us a little bit about the Merlot Decanter.
Thank you. So, whilst it's called the Merlot Decanter, unlike a great varietal glass, doesn't mean you can only serve Merlot from it. So, we've got model names for different decanters. So we have a Cabernet, for instance, and such, and a Moselle, all do different functions, but because we have to name them something wine-related, I guess. Decanting is incredible for serving wine. Most people think an older wine, you can use it for young wines, and as you do here for some wonderful whites, you can decant sparkling wine and champagne, and it enhances. It's about aeration, of course. So the shape of this is wonderful for service, especially if you've got a few people around the table. It's much easier to pour into the glass from behind. If you want to leave the decanter with the guest, it's easy for them to pour, if they wish. So there's either or in terms of that fact. But it enhances the wine's aeration. And to pour the wine, now, decanting is done predominantly actually for aeration. A lot of people think it's for removing sediment. You're only going to get sediment in much older wines. Now, the great thing with the neck of this, when you pour gently, if you've got any sediment evident, it's going to appear here, and you can stop. It won't reach the glass. So you can actually see it, and the shape of the neck is going to stop it pouring in, so long as you're keeping concentration on this part. For young wines, you can have some fun table theatre if anyone's brave enough, what we call shock decanting. So you take a young white wine or a rosé, and you literally straight and let it almost sort of flush down like a giant waterfall, and it will bubble in foam, and it looks fun, and everyone's going to want what you're doing, but it enhances that. The aeration works on all wines, so you can really make this work in an easy way. But young wines particularly need some more oxygen. Now, older wines, again, there's an assumption, I think, in consumers that you should open it 10 hours before. If you actually do that with an older wine, it will start to oxidize, so you actually need to decant it there and then, and it will be enjoyed perfectly throughout, say, an hour or so, someone drinking. So these are wonderful pieces of kit to use. Not enough people use decanters, so I'm really chuffed that you do, because I think they're a wonderful add-on to service, to the guest experience, and I think someone enjoys that, they're going to want that second bottle, or someone else on another table is going to be jealous that theirs isn't in the decanter, and they'll want to upgrade their wine, so it's a great upsell.
Thanks, Richard. So, a couple of things to remember from a decanting perspective. As per the other videos on the Wine Academy, decanting is really for three reasons. As Richard said, the oxidation is key, the removal of the wine from the bottle and hopefully leaving any sediment in the bottle, and third and finally, as we touched on there, the theatre of decanting the wine at tableside, and that connection with the guest, talking about the reasons why you're decanting it, and that show of decanting. Remember, it's the guest's choice if the wine is decanted, so whilst we can recommend to guests which wines we suggest may benefit from decanting, ultimately it's the guest's choice. And if the guest wishes to have their wine decanted and it's a wine that we don't recommend decanting, you can decant that wine. Ultimately, it's down to the guest to choose whether they do or don't have their wine decanted. Richard, thank you for your time talking about the Merlot Decanter, and thank you for your time in this series.
Thank you.